Hej og velkommen til endnu en video i den her sag med Sarah Boone, hvor en kvinde angiveligt har dræbt sin kæreste ved at låse ham inde i en kuffert. De legede gemme, som hun siger, og ja, det bliver måske en lidt spændende sag at følge, fordi man kan sige meget, men de videoklip, vi har fået indtil videre af hende, hvor hun sidder og griner af manden, der ligger i kufferten og beder om hjælp, de tegner lidt et billede af, at hun måske ikke sådan helt glemte ham så meget, som hun påstår. Men i dag så tænkte jeg, at vi kunne sidde og kigge lidt på videoen, hvor de afhører hende, politiet. Der vil man også se, at der spiller de her videoklip, og så kan vi jo få hendes forklaring på, hvad er det, der skete, eller hvad der ikke skete. Og jeg synes bare, at vi skal prøve at hoppe ind i det, prøve at se, hvad politiet mener, hvad hun mener, der er sket, og så kan vi snakke sammen lidt undervejs.
I'm going to have you sit in the green chair at the move. Appreciate you coming in.
Yes, ma'am. I want to ask about these whenever we have a moment.
Sure. So obviously, you received his autopsy. So I'm going to read you your rights again because we have to talk about that. And since I'm talking about the incident, we just have to do it, just like we did yesterday. Just like we did yesterday. Remember I read you the rights? Your rights? Yeah, so it's the exact same thing, but since I'm asking you follow-up questions, I need to read them to you, okay?
Sure.
Og her der er det måske en god idé lige at advisere folk om, hvis de har tænkt sig at blive kriminelle i USA. Når politiet siger, vi skal lige læse dine rettigheder for dig igen, fordi nu har vi fået obduktionserklæringen, så er det måske der, man skal overveje, om man har lyst til at sige noget, eller om man måske skal ringe til en advokat, fordi at det er sjældent, at politiet læser dine rettigheder, hvis det ikke er, fordi du er mistænkt i sådan en sag. Men de siger, at det var jo bare ligesom i går, og det er bare formalia, og vi ser, hvad der sker. Og hun hopper på den, kan man godt sige, men hun er jo selvfølgelig i den gode tro, at hun har jo ikke gjort noget forkert, og derfor så er der jo ingen grund til at lade være med at sige noget. Det går måske ikke så heldigt, som hun havde regnet med, men lad os bare se videre.
Alright, so you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning without charge. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one can be provided for you before questioning without charge. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to talk to me?
No.
And do you understand what I just read you?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So this morning we went to his autopsy, and we were informed of some injuries that he has.
Og igen, man har for at vide, du må godt have en advokat med, før du vil svare på nogle spørgsmål. Og som regel er det en rigtig god idé lige at runde det med en advokat, om du måske skal udtale dig i sådan en sag. Altså, nu må jeg ikke give nogen juridiske rådgivninger, for jeg er ikke advokat eller noget, men det er sjældent en god idé bare at begynde at snakke. Men i USA, der har de jo det, der hedder The Fifth Amendment. Det er den der ret til ikke at inkriminere sig selv. Det har vi også i Danmark. Og du har retten til at tie stille. Det har man også i Danmark. Det er bare rigtig tit, at dem, der er anklaget i sådan nogle sager, måske har retten til det, men ikke evnen til at tie stille. Og det har vores veninde Sarah heller ikke. Og det kommer måske til at bide hende lidt i en del af kroppen, vi normalt sidder på.
By the doctor. So I want. So he's got scratch marks to his back.
I know that's wrong.
Okay.
Og de er nu ved at fortælle, hvad fandt de i obduktionsrapporten. Der er blandt andet, som der står, nogle kradsemærker på ryggen.
And it's called a contusion. Do you know what a contusion is? So like basically you're getting hit, and then you get a mark from it. You'll get bruising. Like someone hit you or something like that. It's called a contusion. So he had some injuries to his left shoulder. He had a cut near his lip. We could see his mouth was a little.
I haven't laid a hand on him.
Okay.
Also too, he fell off my son's bike.
Okay.
So I don't know, and he's notorious for running into the wall or the hall tree. So
Okay. What about the scratches? Because there's also sex.
Yes.
Okay. Because there's also like a scratch on the back of his neck. like kind of like going, but it's like going straight across.
I have no idea what that's from.
And they're all recent, like they occurred recently. It wasn't something that occurred post or that occurred a week ago or 2 days ago, 3 days ago. They definitely occurred, you know, the night leading up to when he was.
In all honesty, we have not gotten into it.
Okay.
That's why, like, the only thing I thought you guys were going to ask me about, which I was going to be honest with you anyway, are the scratch marks on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, I have no idea what it is.
Og hun har jo selvfølgelig en glimrende forklaring. Det er fordi, de har haft det lidt sjovt i sengen, at han har krassemærker på ryggen. Men hun ved så ikke rigtigt, hvorfor han har mærker på skulderen. De her contusions eller blå mærker. Og det er så fordi, han er faldet af hendes søns cykel eller er løbet ind i en væg. Det er han kendt for.
No idea what it is. Nonetheless, I've had my son over the house too, so.
But your son was there when? When was he last there?
Oh gosh.
My understanding, he was there like last Tuesday.
I don't know if it was Tuesday, but yes, he was there last week. So.
Well, we're talking about Sunday. Yeah. We're just talking about what occurred Sunday. Because like I said, the injuries they occurred within that time period.
So you're talking about day before yesterday?
Sunday leading into Monday. You called us yesterday at 1, so, but the incident, you guys were painting and stuff the night prior.
Correct.
So we're talking about Sunday and then into Monday.
I'm thoroughly confused because we had a good time sitting on the back porch, having wine and smoking a couple of cigarettes, and then decided to go inside and literally paint, do puzzles, and play, and listen to music. That's why nobody got out of sorts. This is what's mind-blowing to me. Like, I have no clue. Nobody laid a hand on anybody.
He also had, like on the left side of his forehead, he had basically bruising, and on like his head and his skull.
I have no idea.
As if something hit him.
I
consider
not
force
touched him.
trauma.
I have not touched him. I have not touched him.
Then how would you get those injuries?
Tell me and we'll both know. I have not touched him.
Yesterday, when we took photographs of your overall body, and they did the buccal swabs, did they go under your fingernails?
No.
Okay. Are you willing to let us
Absolutely
swab underneath your fingernails?
Go for it.
Okay.
I have no idea, and I don't want to seem out of sorts, but I have no idea. We had a good day. It was a good day. We've had good days lately, even considering everything that's going on with our jobs and life in general and ex-wives and everything. It's been good. Like, I don't even know where this is coming from.
Yeah, I think the last physical was probably, you said, I think, what, a month ago? Where you got the injury, right?
Tweety, I'm doing this in Danish because Mo is covering it in English and so is David, so I thought I would cover it in Danish. So I can maybe give you a Danish course so you can follow along, but I won't be doing English subtitles more than is in the video. But I'm glad you stopped by. But I should maybe make a Danish course sometime for the nice people over at David's chat. But today it's going to be in Danish.
You said that was
a few weeks, give or take, yeah.
A few weeks. That was the last like physical altercation between the two of you? You said a month ago he hit you with a curtain rod.
Yeah, with a curtain rod. That's why I can't believe you guys didn't take that either.
Wow.
Like, we've been good. I don't know if, like, it's since the last time he got out of jail. Like, we've been good, and he's been having his classes and seeing his probation officer, who's amazing. So.
What do you mean by good? What's your definition of good?
The probation officer?
Oh, no, you said you guys have been good. What's your definition?
I've been good. I don't think you all understand. He comes at me all the time. He comes at me.
Og det her, det er nok noget af det, hvor man kan se, det hun vil bruge som sit forsvar, det er jo det her med, at hun er battered spouse, altså hun har fået tæsk af ham så mange gange, og derfor er det, hun har endt med at gøre det. Det er nok noget, der er opstået senere, men det er jo den forklaring, hun har nu, at hun har i hvert fald ikke slået ham. Det er ham, der har været efter hende konstant, på trods af, at han jo i retten er blevet idømt noget anger management for at prøve på at beskytte hende. De har gentagne gange begge to været anklaget for at lave vold mod den anden, og hver eneste gang han har været i fængsel, så har hun betalt for, at han kunne komme ud igen, på trods af, at det åbenbart er i et meget voldeligt ægteskab eller forhold.
So it's either I flee or try to go upstairs and go to sleep. That's usually what it is. And I don't know if you talked to Brian about any of that, but most of the time when I flee, I go over there. So.
Right, but you're saying that you guys have been good, and when I asked you yesterday, the last incident that you could remember was the curtain rod incident, which you said was a month ago. So
give or take.
Right. So what do you mean by he comes after you? Like
Så, og det, de så siger, det er, altså for en måned siden, der bankede hun ham med en gardinstang. Men de har ikke, hun har været god den sidste måneds tid.
Gets belligerently drunk.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know if you all have looked through my phone yet and seen any of the pictures and the videos that I have taken.
Mhm.
And at one point, I started documenting everything.
Okay.
So you all will see in my pictures, bloody fingers, split foreheads, he split my nose. I've got this.
Right.
I don't know if Brian told you about it, where I had to have almost I had one really bad surgery, but then it got really, 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 really bad where I had to go like 4 or 5 more times afterwards and then attend to it. From him poking me in the back of the leg.
Right.
So it's,
Then why are you still with him?
everybody asks me that. When I tell you guys this, I really love him. Like I do. And I feel like I can help him. Like I feel like I could help him, which I did because he came a really long way from where he was in Philadelphia to moving back to here and to dealing with everything else that he's been dealing with. I've really helped him. I bailed him out of jail, 3 times. I've gone to every single hearing and every single arraignment, everything that I did for him. Gone to see all his public defenders, go to the state. I've gone to the state. I did everything for him because I'm trying to help him because I had hope in him. And he was trying. He was really trying. And then he starts to think about things and I think he gets overwhelmed. And then it's like, next thing I know, he's drinking. So it's like, oh man, I know where this is going to go. So I'm going to go upstairs and read a book, or I'm going to go for a bike ride, or I'm going to do something else. Where I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink. The occasional wine, whatever, or if it's a weekend, that's when you have a good time. You don't have to wake up the next day. I have to wake up the next day and do things. I have to tend to Lucas. I have to take him to school. I have all this stuff to do. He doesn't know how to, I guess, maintain himself where I can do 50 things at once and still know the 50 things more prior that I need to get done. He can't process like that. He didn't process like that.
Og nu her siger hun, altså hun drak ikke, hun drak kun sådan lige, når man normalt gør i weekenden. Det svarer måske heller ikke helt til den virkelighed, der andre fortæller om hende. Der var de vist begge to rigtig glade for lidt mere end et enkelt glas vin. Men altså, det er Jorge, der er manden, der drikker, og hun har slet ikke lyst til det. Hun skal op og passe sin søn, og hvis I så den video, hvor hun bliver interviewet af politiet ude på gerningsstedet, der siger hendes eksmand jo, at hun er altså ikke ret god til det der med at overholde aftaler med at skal se sin søn. Men igen, det er hendes historie.
So he would literally, not literally, but have smoke coming out of his ears. So the next thing you know, he doesn't want to deal with it. I'm going to go get something to drink. So the majority of the time, I would hang out outside or do something else because I don't want to drink. And every time, his job broke his heart. And it made me sad because he had so much pride in his job. And the store that he took care of so much totally went downhill. And that broke his heart because he had put so much work and effort into fixing it up. And his manager was awful and basically gave up on all of the employees. So I think that had a huge bearing on why he would drink so much. His ex-wife is bonkers. She was all over him all the time. Send me money, send me money, send me money. How can I send you money when I don't have a job? And he's still trying to take care of me and Lucas by paying a bill here or there, getting some groceries. So he always had something on his mind, which is why, again, I got the puzzles and the bank to try to get him off of it so we don't have a drink, or he doesn't have a drink. So when you all see my phone, you can see all of the damage he has done to me and the videos of him smashing my television because he's belligerently drunk. Where most of the time, I just don't want to be there. And I try to help him. I try to calm him down. Eventually, he just passes out.
Well, yesterday it made it sound like you guys were just drinking like a glass or two. Like, yeah, you obviously had the bottle, but you told me on recording like that you were not drunk. He was not drunk. You guys were having a good time.
I can't get drunk. Number one, I do not want to get drunk. I don't like being non-complimentous, having my wits about myself. I don't like feeling out of control. So
I'm just saying you're making it sound like he's a raging alcoholic today, and yesterday I was kind of asking you those questions and you're like a little defensive, like, no, we're not alcoholics. We are not, you know, but you guys were both sober on Sunday, to your knowledge, because when I said you went and passed out, you were like, no, I didn't pass out, I just fell asleep. So now it's kind of like, what is it? Were you guys drinking and it got out of hand and it got physical?
No.
Or is it?
Sunday was one of the better days that we have had in quite some time. He's dancing with my dog. You can see that too on the pictures, him loving the dog. He loves the dog and dancing around, having a good time and just being happy kind of thing.
Og igen, den her historie om, at der var ikke noget galt, det var bare sådan, de havde en rigtig god aften. Vi har jo hørt båndet, hvor hun sidder og filmer ham. Der lyder det måske igen som om, at på trods af, at hun siger flere gange, jeg drikker ikke, og jeg kan ikke drikke, og jeg må ikke drikke, så har hun måske lige fået et halvt glas vin mere, end hun sådan påstår.
He doesn't know, I can get like maybe 2-3 glasses of wine, and I'll be fine. But I have to have my wits about myself because I don't know what to expect.
Well, let's talk about Sunday. What was Sunday? How were you? Like, how many glasses of wine did you have? How many glasses of wine did he have? The bottle was gone. I mean, I don't know if you poured any out. Yes.
No, that was from previous.
You said that there was a half bottle left over.
Mm-hmm.
And then that you had went. Well, I don't even know how the wine. How'd you guys get the wine for Sunday?
I'm guessing he went to Publix. Does
he like leave the house and you stay home, or do you go to Publix? Like, because I
sometimes I'll go with him.
Okay. Did you go with him Sunday to Publix?
So most of the time what happens is, because the convenience store where we get cigarettes is here, and then Publix literally is cattywampus to it.
Okay.
So what he'll
Publix
do is
er et supermarked i USA.
and on the way back, catch the convenience store.
Okay.
So
is that what he did Sunday?
I'm guessing that's what he did, because the next thing I know, he's walking in with a bottle.
Okay.
So that's,
okay.
It's him trying to be nice, so I don't have to go out and do it. Plus there's stuff that around the house that I had to take care of. So that's usually what will happen. Or I'm folding laundry and he'll go run out and do whatever.
Okay. So where were you guys at on drunkenness, not drunkenness on Sunday? You told us you weren't drunk.
No, I was not drunk.
Right.
I was not drunk. So with him, I don't know. I know when it's like, oh, okay, man, where I have told him, slow down. It's starting to catch up with you. Slow down. Slow down. And another thing too is I don't like listening to music with him, because he gets too involved in the music, and the music that he listens to is a little rough around the edges, and like just it makes me fractious listening to his music. So I kept asking him, let's just you and me talk. You and me will just be the ones that are talking, which was fine, because I mean we were playing with the dog, whatever, and then it's like, okay, now let's do the painting. We just did the puzzle, took a break, now let's do this. Sure enough, sat down, we're sitting in there talking, laughing, talking about new movies. We're watching movie trailers while we're doing painting and all that other stuff. So it's still background noise to him, because I think that's what he's used to, is having background noise. Where me, I can sit in here all day with not a peep, but he always has to have some kind of background noise, which I didn't mind, because the trailers were cool, and he was interested in showing them to me, getting excited about movies that were out or upcoming.
Okay.
So
on your laptop you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay.
And I mean, and then it was.
But you said it was a good day. Like, you guys didn't have any conversations about your relationship. You guys didn't go down like the rabbit hole, like had too many to drink, and you guys start getting.
Nope.
Og igen så er hun der, altså hun har ikke drukket, det er kun ham, og det er fordi, at alt med ham, det er galt, og det ser vi i hele det her interview. Det er i hvert fald ikke Sarah Boone, der er skyld i noget som helst. Det er kun Jorge, der går over grænsen, men hun har ikke gjort noget, og det kan man også se. Der findes nogle breve, som jeg tænker, vi kan læse på et andet tidspunkt, og der ser vi igen og igen, at det er alle andre, der har fejl. Det er i hvert fald ikke Sarah.
Oh, you did? It made me so happy that he actually listened to what I had to say, with just, we'll get through it. This will be fine. It's a small hurdle that you and I together will get through, because
I'm talking about the money, jobs,
daughters. Yes.
Nothing relationship-wise though, like no issues. Like, did you guys have a conversation about your relationship, or was it just about
like what's going on right now?
Got it.
I tried to evoke it from him, so he.
Og hvis I gerne vil have en advokat, der uddyber lidt mere, hvad lovgivningen er på det her område, og som også følger andre sager, så kan jeg kun varmt anbefale MLS Law Show, en knalddygtig og en rigtig hyggelig kanal, der er meget interaktion, hvor man kan snakke rigtig meget med ham, der har kanalen, en flink fyr, der hedder David, og når sagen her kommer for, så hvis jeg ikke sender den, så vil jeg i hvert fald anbefale jer at se den med ham. Han er rigtig god til at holde sådan en livestream her i gang. Det er jeg i gang med at øve mig på, men han er også en mand, som virkelig kan sit stof, og som går i dybden med de her ting, som der bliver sagt, fordi der er jo nogle juridiske ting i det, og det er han i hvert fald en rigtig god mand til at få fortalt, hvad er op og ned, fordi de pynter jo gerne på det begge sider i sådan en retssag.
Gets it off his chest, because I call him the volcano, where eventually he's going to erupt.
Right.
And what he has learned in his classes is to communicate, which is a huge thing in a relationship, where he has been practicing communication. So he actually talks to me about things and unburdens himself. Put it on me. I'll sit there and try and figure it out for you. Like I have almost everything. Not a worry. Just tell me. Get it out of you. But it was, when I tell you, I was so happy. Like it was such a good day. I kid you not. The weather was beautiful outside. I'm the one that had him go inside so we can do puzzles and painting and listen to music or whatever else he wants to do. So then he starts doing whatever it is we're doing together in the living room, and then starts talking, because I think he gets comfortable with, okay, you know what, we're here. It is a good day. Let me go ahead and explain myself. So I know. Nobody else knows, but I know. Nobody knew George better than I did. I say that I knew George better than himself. And I tried in every way, shape, and form. Ask everyone. I helped him. I took care of him. I missed him a lot, and I didn't even sleep last night.
Og igen, den her fortælling om, det var hende, der hjalp ham. Hun gjorde alt for ham. Den hænger måske også sådan lidt skævt sammen med alle de her gange, de så begge to har haft politiet på besøg og snakket med dem om, at man ikke lige skal slå på hinanden i et forhold.
I'm here now because I'm still trying to help him. Yeah, we just don't, I mean, it's unexplainable how he got these injuries, and
I have no idea.
You were the only one with him.
100% right hand to God. I have no idea how he got them. Nobody touched anybody. Nobody touched anybody.
Okay. You had mentioned that you would take photos, videos, kind of like a proof and just in general.
Yeah, I started documenting at one point, but that was way before, I think, the last time that he got arrested, where he was flying off the deep end.
Okay.
But then I had him bailed out. I got him out of jail.
Right.
But because he had violated the pretrial diversion, this time it's probation, so you don't have a choice in it. You have to go to see your probation officer. You have to go to these classes. It's court ordered. Where it took him a while to get used to it and understand they're not messing around. I even went down and met his...
Og den her probation officer, det er jo fordi i USA, når du bliver sendt hjem igen, altså du har fået en straf, ligesom hvis at du får, du skal lave noget, hvis du skal ud og lave noget arbejde her i Danmark, hvis du får en nedsat straf for at få lavet samfundstjeneste eller sådan noget, så skal du være i kontakt med den her probation officer, fordi at han skal holde styr på, at du ikke drikker og sådan noget. Der er gerne også nogle regler for, at du skal have testet, om du tager stoffer og den slags, fordi så ryger du så rigtig i fængsel. Lidt det samme som hvis du laver samfundstjeneste i Danmark, der kan du jo også godt få 40 timers samfundstjeneste første gang, du laver et voldstilfælde eller noget i den stil. Og så skal man også sørge for at være i kontakt med kriminalforsorgen og sørge for, at man ikke bryder de regler, der er sat for en samfundstjeneste. Og det er jo så det, at George, som hun kalder ham, han har åbenbart lige skulle vende sig til, men nu går det rigtig godt, og han tager de der klasser med, at han ikke må slå på hende.
Probation officer, which I say, she's wonderful. That's one of my questions Julian is talking about. Hugged me and said how much she knows that I take care of him. She called me personally one time when George was at work, when he was working. 42-minute phone call. She and I just saying how grateful she is that George has me. And she knows how hard I'm working to help him, just as she is and just as the classes will. So once he started actually going on a regular basis to the probation officer and then to his substance abuse class and his, I don't know what VIP stands for, batterers intervention program, and actually listening to what it is everyone had to say, he changed. Like I could see a change in him, where before lashing out, he would think about it. And would always come home and show me his papers, and we would look over his papers together. Where it's like, wow, you actually are learning this in class? And some of the stuff that they would show them, like videos, he would come home and be like, Sarah, I'm so sorry for what I've done to you. Because for a video that he watches, to make him feel that way, where it's like, oh man, I have done her wrong. But he's changed. He changed.
And that's why you're still with him, even though he's done all these things to you. And
when I tell you I love him, I love him.
Og der kan man måske også sige, hvor meget skal vi tro på, when I love him, når vi hører, hvordan hun taler til ham i kufferten.
At some point, somebody gets enough, then they have to do something to defend themselves.
I would just flee, and I don't know if you would like to see on my phone, or I think it's actually on a laptop. I actually, because, and you have to understand too, I have, like, prior to classes in PO, kicked him out. How many times? I had him arrested. How many times?
But you also went down and dealt with
I know.
the next day.
I know.
What's on your laptop?
What was I going to tell you? Oh, previously, I actually looked up how to file a restraining order.
Okay.
Because I would take him out, his parents, because of...
Og en restraining order, det er jo så et tilhørsforhold dermed, hvor man ikke må komme i kontakt med en, som man har begået et eller andet kriminelt overfor. Det har vi jo også i Danmark, hvor man kan få en eller anden dom for, at du må ikke opsøge eller kontakte en bestemt person. Og det er jo så det, hun siger på hendes laptop. Der er der beviser for, at hun har undersøgt, hvordan man får sådan en. Og det der med, at hun siger, at der er noget på hendes mobiltelefon, det kommer lige om lidt, og det er måske ikke helt så godt, som det, hun havde håbet på.
Them constantly having to take him back in, his bags of clothes, all his stuff. The last time, the father came out and irate and just not even, I don't even know if he knew Lucas was in the car. Just opened the back of my car and just started throwing all his crap in, just throwing it, like the car would jostle, he was throwing all his stuff. At that point, because I continually did it, not continually, I think I maybe did it 3 times, and he has nowhere else to go.
Tak for det, Jamie. Thank you, Jamie.
No, either you're staying there or you're staying here. But if you're staying here at their place, it's permanent. You're not going back over there anymore. So what happens is he pursues me. So I don't know if you all know where Katie Way Trail is. Okay, so it's literally right there from our apartment. Would ride his bike to work, but before he would leave extra early and come up to the wall, stand on top of his bike and poke his head over because he would know that I would be outside having my morning cigarette and cup of coffee. And I would also know too what time he would get off of work, where I would know, come getting off of work, he's gonna do the same thing. So it's not like I ever got like a break from him, where I told you all yesterday, or whatever it was. I started to feel that it was too much togetherness. And when you...
Og nu fortæller hun jo så, hvordan han stalker hende lidt. Han kører forbi hende og tjekker ind til hende om morgenen og om aftenen, og hun følte faktisk, det var lidt for meget. Det alligevel gang på gang har hun jo så taget ham tilbage, så helt for meget var det ikke.
Have too much togetherness, friction happens. So I'm gonna go ride my bike. I'm gonna go upstairs and read a book. But every waking moment he wants to be with me. So, and mind you, our townhome is either upstairs or downstairs. So it's like, if you would like to sit downstairs and watch a movie or play on the laptop, look at some jobs, you're more than welcome to. I'm just going to be upstairs, maybe watching one of my shows or maybe reading a book. So, and then when that would happen, we really needed that. So what's for dinner? And then we would cook together and eat dinner and then crawl in the bed and watch a movie.
You're talking about this is like recent? I don't, you kind of like lost me. Like when...
Jamie, you have to know, she was the only one who helped George. She was such a gem that the parole officer called her for 42 minutes to thank her for doing such a great job. Why can't I find a woman like this? Jamie is also on MLS Law Show, and she's a very funny woman, and I can only recommend watching MLS Law Show. It's always fun to be in that chat.
It was a little while ago.
But now you're talking about tension building up and that you need space. So have you been feeling that way lately, or?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay, my thing is too, so you all know, I hate that you can't talk to her, but Dee, his ex-wife, when I say a monster, she's a monster. Like she withholds their children from speaking to him. So he gets upset about that, and then she like completely berates him about money, about the father that he is, what he did to her, all this other stuff. It doesn't matter. I mean, mind you, this is not like been recent, but which is why he didn't even bother calling anymore, because he knows that she's going to answer and he's going to have to talk to her, so therefore he can't talk to his daughter. The other time he talked to her, made her talk to Cookie. That's on my cell phone too, so you can see it.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter.
What does she have to do though with anything about what happened Sunday and into Monday? Like,
no, I'm just saying, like, previously,
okay,
why the incidents would happen is she plays a big part in it.
Okay.
On top of job and money and groceries and all that.
Okay.
Sunday, when I tell you this, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Is there anybody else at the house?
No, it's just me and him.
Since talking yesterday, do you remember any like timelines better? Like what time you guys were playing? What time he was zipped up in the luggage? What time you went upstairs?
We started because we cleaned the house a little bit, did some laundry.
You started the activities around 4, you said?
Yes, around 4:30ish, and then
You just said that it was dark when you were playing hide and seek, and I'm just curious if you remember.
But when we were outside, that's where we would start
Mhm.
and talk about things, and then eventually I was the one that had him come inside, so we could
At
do
what
stuff.
time, do you remember what time that was, is what she's asking?
And you said you went up to bed around midnight, fell asleep around 12:30-ish. But those are the only times I have. So I have 4 and I have midnight. So there's a big gap. So I'm just curious, like, if you recall when you went upstairs to hide in the shower, or
Like when we started to play hide and seek.
Yeah.
Well, we went inside probably about, if I had to guess, we weren't out there too long, maybe about 6-ish. Then
you're talking about from hanging out outside and like, okay,
well, we have 2 beach chairs that are out there.
right,
Just enjoy the weather.
gotcha.
Plus, it started to get dark and gnats and mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So
You're welcome.
let's go inside. I don't want to be out here anymore.
Okay.
All right, let's go. So we're doing whatever. We did it for a while because that puzzle, I don't know if they took it or they saw it. Worked on the puzzle again, finished it. Started to paint. Well, started listening to music for a little bit. Started to paint. Can we turn the music off? No problem. Start at the top, paint, whatever. Maybe, gosh, that puzzle, we worked on that for probably a good hour and a half. So 8 o'clock-ish?
Is when you went to hide upstairs originally?
No, that's when we were like painting. So then it's like, okay, well, I don't want to paint anymore. Let's just, come on. Okay, you want to play hide and seek? What he does is, okay, tag, you're it. So it's like, okay, we know. Okay, take off.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we did.
And then you went upstairs, and then he didn't come up, and you came down, and the suitcase was there originally because you guys were planning to.
Og nu prøver hun så ja, det føles lidt ligesom om hun forsøger at digte den her timeline her, fordi der er jo nogle store huller. De var udenfor fra klokken 4 og indtil klokken midnat, hvor hun gik i seng. Hvad der så skete der? Jamen så har de så siddet og tegnet og lagt puslespil i 1,5 time, og hun sagde før, at det var hende, der gerne ville lave alle de her aktiviteter for at holde ham væk fra at drikke, og nu er det så hende, der er træt af det, og så vil han lege fange, og det ender så i gemme med på en eller anden måde. Det er en af de ting, som man tit ser, når man ser de her forhør her, det er, at folk de vil rigtig gerne fortælle en hel masse detaljer, som de måske ikke sådan helt har tænkt igennem, og så løber munden måske lidt hurtigere end hjernen.
Do donations, so it was already there. Have you guys ever played you said you played hide and seek like probably 3 times in your relationship. Mm-hmm. When you have played, have you ever zipped him up in a suitcase prior?
No.
Okay. So it was just kind of like that prop was there, and it was there, yes. And it was in play because.
Why do you say it like that, though?
I would never do that.
You would never zip them up in a suitcase?
Well,
I mean, we were playing.
No, I know,
but
I'm saying, well, I'm talking about hide and seek, which is a game, so.
The suitcase originally is in our closet, buried all the way to the back. If you, I know the CSI people saw our closet needs to be cleaned out really bad. My son's clothes need to be cleaned out really bad because they don't fit him anymore, and I'm tired of looking at them. So he took it upon himself, including that.
Nu er det lidt ærgerligt, at vi ikke kan se den anden kameravinkel, men hvis I lægger mærke til betjenten i den skinnende røde trøje, så sidder han med sin mobiltelefon. De sidder faktisk, ham og den anden, den gravide betjent, og tekster hinanden, mens forhøret foregår. Det er nok fordi, at der er visse ting, som ikke rigtig hænger sammen med hendes forklaring. Og hun påstår, hun vil aldrig låse ham inde i en kuffert, men det gjorde hun så den ene gang i hvert fald.
That suitcase to take it downstairs so we can get all of our clothes, our donations and everything, and just leave the whole thing by the clothing and shoe thing at my son's school.
No, I'm just asking in the past, like, have you ever zipped him up in anything, jokingly or not? But obviously, no. I understand, you know, you're claiming that Sunday it was a joking matter. You were laughing, he was laughing. But what I'm just asking is in the past, like, is it something that you guys normally do?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
We were actually this last game running out of places to hide because we have a townhome where it's upstairs or downstairs. So.
Og den her, den forstår jeg så ikke helt, og det er måske der, hvor I kan hjælpe mig. De leger gemme. Det er hende, der låser ham inde i kufferten. Nu er jeg måske ikke den hurtigste knallert på havnen, men er det svært at finde en, man selv har gemt inde i en kuffert? Eller hvordan er det, hun får det her til at skal være et spørgsmål om en gemmeleg? Er det fordi, at han skal komme ud af kufferten og så finde hende? Det er en fantasifuld forklaring.
Okay, so do you remember making any videos or maybe having any any photos, videos that you remember doing on your phone on Sunday?
No.
No?
I think I took a picture of a dog.
Okay. But your phone is password protected. You have the password. He has the facial recognition, so it's not like someone else could be on your phone.
No, I have both.
But you have the face and the password.
Yes.
Yeah, but he only has the face, correct?
No.
To be able to get onto your phone, you told me that he looks at the phone.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you were asking me if I did. Yes, it's me.
Okay. Does he have access to your phone? Because you said it's your phone. Okay. How does he have access?
Sarah, can I borrow your phone? Yeah, it's right there on the kitchen counter.
Okay, but how does he get into it? Because it's password protected.
He'll come and get it to me, and I'll just do the face thing. Where sometimes too, like like he'll joke with me and say, okay, I need to borrow your phone, and he'll hold it while I'm cooking or doing something, do the facial recognition.
Okay, so he doesn't know the password and he doesn't have the facial recognition.
No,
but he is the only other person that would use your phone. I'm assuming other.
Well,
than,
Lucas.
Right, but Lucas wasn't there Sunday.
Right.
So to your recollection, no videos on Sunday.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I mean, I guess maybe took a picture of them, the two of Tess and
The dogs.
and George and them dancing, but I mean, or it's just Tess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I have something that I want to show you that we found.
Og det her, at det måske går op for hende, det her, det er ikke helt så godt, fordi hun bliver spurgt meget ind til de her videoer, om hun har optaget nogle videoer, er der andre, der kan bruge din telefon, og nej, det er der jo ikke, og det er kun mig og George, der kan gøre det. Og så er det jo betjenten lige smider den her, jeg har noget, jeg lige vil vise dig. Det er nok her, hun burde overveje, om hun ikke skulle ringe til en advokat og sige, det her det er måske ikke lige verdens bedste dag for mig.
And it was from your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it?
If you need to move it around, go ahead.
Og det er den video, vi også har set, hvor han ligger og kalder på hende inde i kufferten.
No, I don't remember that.
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me.
Your battery's about to die.
Shut it down.
Oh.
Og det er måske ikke så smart, at betjentens batteri er ved at dø. Det skulle man måske have lavet op, før man går ind og forhører en kvinde, der måske har dræbt sin mand.
Okay.
Let me.
The battery doesn't last very long.
It used to last a lot longer than that. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Let me just grab something.
All right. No, I was just simply asking because you had a look on your face when she asked you if you've ever done that before. You looked kind of shocked and.
No.
Okay. Why did you say it like that? Like.
I don't think you all understand who I am. Where.
Okay. Well, tell me.
I mean, I've always been a straight A student. I am an outstanding mother to my son.
Okay.
I excel at everything.
Det er heldigt, hun er simpelthen den bedste, der findes på den her jord. Det må vi sige. Hun har altid fået topkarakter i skolen, og hun har altid været en god mor. Igen, det er måske ikke sikkert, at det sådan helt svarer til det billede af andre, de har af hende. Men vi har jo kun hendes ord for, hvor god en kvinde hun egentlig er, og hvor meget hun egentlig hjælper alle andre.
I would not do that.
You wouldn't lock somebody in a suitcase?
Well, I didn't like completely lock it. I mean, I opened it with one finger. I left enough in there for him to get out.
Okay.
And I wasn't planning on going upstairs and going to sleep.
Okay. No, it's just the way you said it.
You guys are scaring me.
Why?
We just want you to watch this. This came from your phone. Don't you want to know what's on it?
Yes, please. Is it long? Because I don't know how much I can take.
Mm-mm.
No.
I don't know how much I can take. Do I have to watch this? I continuously throw up. I don't sleep. I don't want to see it, if that's okay.
Well, it's on your phone, and you can either explain it or we take it for what it is.
Yeah. We're just trying to give you the opportunity to tell us what's going on. That's it.
It's that long?
2 minutes.
No.
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me. Fuck you.
And
Fuck
it's,
you.
that's you, your voice.
Stupid. That's my name. Don't wear it on. Yeah, that's when you do when you shook me.
want to watch it, please.
Last time we talked to you, you had said that you put him in the suitcase, he had two fingers hanging out. And you
I
went
flipped
to
him
bed.
over. I flipped him over, and that's where it was.
And there's two different videos and a still picture where, yeah, it shows you flipping into different positions and him saying that he can't breathe and you saying, fuck
So
you.
this is upside down. So in order for him to have gotten into it,
It was flipped up.
right, it was flipped up normal,
Yes.
like as if you're packing something. So this is upside down.
Guys, this is killing me right now.
So this image is upside down, and then this small video that occurred 11 minutes later, it's flipped over the other way, closer to your dining room table.
Okay.
Now he's obviously still in there. So he didn't, how did it go from the back to the front?
I flipped it.
Okay.
My plan was not.
Well, she's not confessing to murder. She left him enough room to get out of the suitcase. He could put the two fingers out. She says that she did turn over the bag, and maybe she didn't leave enough room. It's hard to say, but she didn't remember having that video on her phone, that's for sure. And even though she said early on that she didn't drink, she sounds a bit like me at 4 in the morning when I'm out in town, but it could just be a problem with the microphone. Everybody knows you can't trust those microphones, but this video really takes her by surprise. It's clearly not something. Sorry, my English is not ready to. This video is not something she was expecting to see in there, and you can see it. She didn't want to watch it, and she didn't want to confess to it. And remember, she's a straight A student. She's a good mother, and she helped George. You have to remember, Sarah is a good woman. And I have to press play.
Not to go upstairs and go to sleep.
Well, that's what you did.
Yeah.
But not intentional.
No, you told me you went upstairs because
What?
you were
Stop
getting
here.
ready for bed.
Stopped here.
Okay, but
Where's here?
show me where you can see any fingers coming out, because there's the end.
It's, and his head's right here.
Mm-hmm.
So going like this, rather than going all the way up, it's like this.
But why is he saying I can't breathe, and why is he pushing on it as if he can't get out?
And it doesn't show a hole.
There's no hole. There's no fingers. I don't see his fingers. There's no hole.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you want me to tell you?
They probably want her to tell them what she did, because her story doesn't match up. And for Danish viewers, I'll try to do this in English so Tweety can follow along. And write in the chat if there are any Danes here, then I'll do some more in Danish. We'll cover it multilingual. That's the new thing on the internet.
I'm just showing you. I'm just telling you what we see and what we've heard from the other video.
I understand.
He's begging for you to let him out. You're laughing in the beginning, and then in the end, it sounds kind of like a.
No, it's not malicious.
Well, saying fuck you,
It's not malicious.
then what is that?
What does fuck you mean to you?
Well,
Like if I were to tell my
oh, like he
partner-
does. Like, I get told everything but a white woman. So
Okay.
my intention was not to leave him in there. Please understand that. My intention was not to leave him in there.
But you went upstairs thinking that he could get himself
Yes.
out, but the video shows
That's
at
what I
no
told
point
you.
can I see his fingers.
He'll
it
be up here
looks
any
like-
minute.
And then 30 minutes later, he didn't show.
And he's telling me
And I
he
didn't
can't
wake
breathe.
up.
Do you think
He's not
he's
able to get
joking?
out.
You told me he was laughing, and
We were
the
before.
video, there's no
we first got in
laughing.
there, both of us were.
So how long was he in there for? Like, this video is
You
at
have to
11:12
remember
when it
that
starts,
it's
so
not
was he in there for like a
intentional.
long time
It's
prior
just
to
an
you
accident.
recording it?
No.
So it goes from funny to no longer funny,
But
and
I
you're
didn't,
the only one laughing.
but I didn't think that he was like panicky. Like
So pushing up on a suitcase saying, Sarah, 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 I can't breathe.
George has done that in the past before too, where it's just like he thinks that he's woe is me kind of thing, where it's like I
Well,
don't.
he's never been locked in a suitcase. That's
No.
why he couldn't get out. So
It's kind of. I thought it was
And
the
you know
boy
the oxygen
crying
is
wolf,
coming.
crying wolf kind of thing.
It's the
Okay.
boy
And again,
crying
my
wolf.
plan-
but
Sarah didn't
nowhere
do
in there
anything
is
wrong.
he
We have
laughing,
to
is he
remember
joking, he
that.
is begging. And you're the only one laughing,
Okay.
and you're the only one saying derogatory comments, like you're mad.
No. please don't, I don't mean to sound negative, and I don't know if I can say this, but like, it's like you guys are kind of trying to like feed me. Like,
No, I'm just trying to show you a video that you no longer want to watch because you probably don't want to know the outcome of how and what you said.
well, I know what,
You know what's on that video now?
No.
You remember making that video?
No.
Why don't you remember making the video?
probably because we had been drinking.
But you weren't drunk.
Just because I went upstairs and, just
You
because
told
you're
us-
drunk doesn't mean that
You
you,
told us times that you were not drunk. You said that you had your wit about you. You
Og
said
det
you
her,
had your
hendes
wit about
historie, den begynder at falde fra hinanden med,
you.
at
You don't
hun i
like
hvert
not
fald
have
aldrig
your
drikker.
wit. In my experience, if somebody cannot remember doing something to the extent of making 2 videos and a video and taking a photo, they are intoxicated.
okay, I understand where you all are coming from.
Well,
I
we're
get
just
it.
trying to make sense of it. We're trying to
get it.
figure out
We're
what
trying to
you're
figure
saying.
out this
You
video.
explain it to us. We're listening.
I just did, like, we were playing, and then, like, I thought it was, my plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep. My plan was not to, he'll be up here any minute.
But
But
you
again-
willingly went upstairs and went to sleep. No one forced you to go upstairs and get
My
ready
plan
for
wasn't
bed.
also to leave him in the suitcase,
So why didn't you take him out?
because I went upstairs, and then I fell asleep.
But why didn't you consciously think he's asking to come out? He
I
can't
didn't do it
breathe.
intentionally.
What do you think is going to happen if you leave somebody in a confined space like that?
Well, I thought by not zipping it up all the way, it would be okay. My plan was not to leave him in the
And what was your
suitcase,
plan?
waiting for him to come upstairs.
And then when he did it?
I fell asleep.
You said you were up there 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, somebody not coming up.
Knowing that the last time you saw him was in the suitcase, 30 minutes later, you're like,
Og det er derfor, man aldrig skal fortælle alt for meget, fordi nu bliver hun jo fanget i den her med, at hun faktisk var ovenpå i 30 minutter vågen, før hun falder i søvn, hvor han jo så ligger nede i den her kuffert og kalder på hjælp. Altså, det tegner lidt et billede af, at hun måske ikke sådan helt var så god, som hun påstår.
maybe I should go check on him, maybe I shouldn't.
No.
Well, that didn't cross your mind because
That's
it didn't happen.
that's like an assumption. Like, that's what you all are thinking. Just,
We're asking.
it's the
You
whole,
tell us.
it's the drinking. That's what it is. It's the drinking. I thought it was like, I thought he was okay. Like, I didn't, that, you
He's
all,
telling you he's not. He's telling you, Sarah, I can't breathe. He's saying your name, and you're like, that's my name. Don't wear it out.
guys, that's how we are with each other. Like, he has,
I'll have to teach you Danish.
nobody understands our relationship. The whole suitcase thing never happened before.
Would you leave someone else in a suitcase? Would you leave Lucas in a suitcase jokingly? Because it was a
No.
joking matter. You put him in there jokingly. Would you leave Lucas jokingly in there? And you love Lucas, right? And you
I
love
wouldn't do
George.
that to him.
Tweety,
either.
you're
I
so
wouldn't do
right,
that to him.
and that's why this
So,
case is
I just-
funny to
Well, it's not
follow,
like, again,
because
I don't think you all
where her
understand.
mind
Like,
goes,
it's,
especially in the letters she's
mean,
sending
it's not my,
to the
that was not
judge,
my intention.
there have to be a
Well,
space
y'all
for
don't
that
have
to
any idea
follow.
what
By
I've
your
done for
acts,
him.
but by your acts, and that's exactly right. You get to the point where you've done so much for somebody and they don't show you
No.
any appreciation.
He did.
Not by your words in the video. I don't get that.
He did.
Because you bring up the fact that when he's choking you, you can't breathe. That's how you felt when he cheated on you. You couldn't breathe. And you verbally several times told him
cheated on
just
me.
fuck you.
Well, you said it in the video, but you won't let us play the rest of it 'cause you don't
And
want
you-
to.
When I say
told him.
cheating, it's on his phone.
Okay. Cheating is cheating.
I
And if
think
you
so
say-
too.
Exactly.
It's your definition of cheating, though. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what the word cheat means.
And that's what you told him in the video. That I couldn't breathe when you cheated on me.
No.
That's how I felt when he said, Sarah, I can't breathe. And you
Og igen, derfor, når man skal begå noget kriminelt, så lad nu være med at optage videoer af det. Det gør det bare så meget nemmere at blive anklaget for det bagefter. Altså, at du sidder og siger, at han har været der utro, og det er noget på en telefon. Ja, det er jo ligegyldigt, når du på videoen siger, at det her, det føles på samme måde, som når du er utro over for mig. Det er, igen, lad være med at komme med alt for mange detaljer, især når du ikke kan huske, på grund af, at du har drukket for meget, hvad det ental er, du har optaget i løbet af natten.
told him,
I don't
fuck
know
you.
what you, this is,
What would you say if somebody told you that they had done this?
John Wayne.
Set somebody in a suitcase and went up and went to bed.
Do you all not think, so you all think that it's like, oh, good, I got him in there, now I'm gonna go to sleep? Is that what you guys are trying to assume? Or trying to like,
We're just, the video is very portraying of the opposite of what you told us.
no.
It is not leading up, it is not matching what statement you gave us in the car.
So,
And that's why we want to know,
and I don't remember
injuries-
doing those.
the injuries are not consistent with what you told us. So we have a lot of inconsistencies, and this video explains itself. It really truly does.
You don't think that I have thought about that?
Thought about the video or thought about?
But no, again, if you don't mind, please. So you all are assuming that it's like, oh, good, I got him in there, now I'm going to go to sleep? Is that what you all are assuming?
Well, it's not an assumption when that's what you told us that happened.
That's what happened.
And the video,
Yeah.
I mean...
But I'm not going to say...
Og nu kommer der endnu en fejl, man tit begår. Det er det her med at prøve at være klogere end politiet, når man skal sidde og tænke på fødderne. Det er måske ikke lige hendes styrke, på trods af, at hun er en mønsterelev. Again, trying to outsmart the cops is never a good idea, even if you think you're a straight A student. This woman's mouth puts her in more problems than the suitcase in her house.
You thought he could get out on his own, but the video shows that he cannot get out on his own.
But when I unzipped it with one finger.
From the outside.
But it had the hole in it.
And you're claiming that it had a paper clip, so that's what assisted you in doing it.
No.
What you told us.
When I had my sweatshirt, I said I thought it had a paper clip on it. It's got...
But the zipper part is broken.
Which is why we were going to zip it.
Yeah.
I just...
You were able to unzip it from the outside very easily, because that's the way they're designed.
But you could on the inside too. I don't know how...
So why wouldn't he have gotten himself out if he could?
I don't know. I don't know if you saw where the hole was. I don't know.
I didn't see a hole.
No,
I didn't see no fingers
you're the
sticking
only
out.
one that's what I'm saying. Like, he's in one position, and where his head would be, we should be able to see fingers. And then when it's flipped over onto this right side, again, his head is closer to us facing the video, so we should be able to see fingers. And we don't see anything. We see no movement of him trying to unzip it or physically unzipping it. All we see is pushing up, trying to push out of it.
Please do not assume.
I'm not assuming. I haven't assumed anything. I follow evidence.
But my intention was not, again, oh, good, I got him in there. Now I'm just going to go to sleep.
What do you think someone that knows nothing about this, or hears just a little bit, like, oh, they were playing around in a suitcase, and then watches that video?
Sleep. That's what happened.
But you let him out before. I mean, you put him in, so why didn't you take him out?
Because I was upstairs and I fell asleep.
No, before you went upstairs. You, like, consciously had to walk upstairs. You obviously remember going to bed because you were able to give me a time frame on that. And you specifically told me that you went upstairs.
My intention is not for this to happen.
Og det er sådan det der, om hun havde intentioner om, det skulle ske eller ej. Det betyder faktisk ikke så meget for, om manden er død eller ej. Det er jo, hendes historie hænger bare mindre og mindre sammen med, at hun havde efterladt nok hul til, at han kunne få en finger ud. Og hvordan ved hun, at man nemt kan åbne den indenfra? Har hun ligget i den før?
Now we see something totally different. And it actually shows you upset and, again, using derogatory terms to him when he's begging for his life to get out of that suitcase.
So but my thing is,
we're assuming, we're not assuming.
But the fingers, so it just happened to be that whenever I was videotaping or doing whatever else it was, just happened to not have that in it.
Okay. And you also in the video, you can't see any holes. There's no...
Og det er jo altid en god forklaring. Alt det der gode, hun har gjort, det er bare ikke på videoen. Det er kun det dårlige, der lige er på videoen. Og jeg ved ikke, nu snakker vi jo dansk, om fuck you, det er sådan et særligt engelsk udtryk for at være kærlig. Det mener hun senere, det er sådan, man snakker til hinanden der. Så igen, nogle gange bedre tie stille, og så ikke tale sig selv ind i problemer. Det går ikke godt for vores veninde Sarah her.
Where the zipper separates and you can see a hole. If there's a hole, he's pushing on it, begging you to get out. We should probably see that hole.
He eventually would have been able to get out.
Yeah.
Alcohol.
Based off what you're telling us, he should have been able to get out. Okay. But the video shows him attempting to get out, begging to get out, and he can't. So.
And her story about everything good happening is just not on camera. It's only the small piece of evidence where she is laughing at him. Is the only thing captured on camera. It's not a good explanation as why she went upstairs with him still locked in the suitcase. Again, Sarah should learn the first rule in crime. If you have the ability to shut up, you should do it. But I'm not sure she has that ability.
So that's just what we're trying to figure out. I don't know if maybe you had too much to drink, you zipped it up all the way, and then, I
did not zip it up all the way. Okay. Well, I did not zip it up all the way. This is horrific, okay? Horrific.
It is terrible.
Horrific. I don't think I'll ever be right because of this. Ever be right. Dealing with everything else that I have in my life, personally. And then this,
Okay.
whom I loved, it was not intentional. I will put my hand on the Bible. It
Det
was
er
not intentional.
ligegyldigt, om det er med vilje eller
I
ikke
would
med
not do
vilje.
that to him or
Again,
anyone else.
it doesn't matter if it's intentional. The guy
Not
died.
intentional.
You intentionally went up to bed.
I didn't intentionally go to bed because I'm thinking, okay, good, he can get out.
How did you not intentionally go to bed? You said you went upstairs and got into bed. That's intentionally going to bed.
Waiting for him.
And he doesn't come, but you don't go down to check on him.
So I happen to go to sleep. When I say go to sleep,
And what do you normally do when you go to bed?
do.
What do you normally do when you go to bed?
What do you mean?
What is a bed for? Going to sleep.
Right.
So you go to
But
bed to
obviously
do
you
what?
can tell too that, like, I
You
think
go to bed
also.
to do what? Okay. You kept telling us, hey, I wasn't intoxicated. I wasn't this. I wasn't that.
Being drunk and intoxicated, which, yes, you can tell that I had been drinking, but.
Okay. So if you weren't intoxicated, then why would you ever leave somebody in a suitcase that's begging to get out, that's telling you they can't breathe?
If I weren't, if I hadn't been drinking,
That's
you
a
still
million
think we
dollar
do the same thing?
question.
Where it's like, hop
Somebody's
in, I'm
telling
gonna go
her,
sleep.
and I told that she maybe
Is
threatened
that
him
what
with
you
a
all are
gun to
trying
get
to
in
do?
there.
To portray me
Trying
as?
How
to
do a man
anything.
get
I'm
into a
simply asking
suitcase
you
and
to
they zip
explain
it
to
up?
me what happened.
I'm not sure. I haven't heard
Everything
any
was
concrete
fine and
evidence that
dandy.
she did anything.
Everything.
Fine and dandy.
Was fine
You
and
went
dandy.
into the suitcase.
You
and,
also, okay, for me to tell you this,
that's not good for
again,
our friend Sarah.
mind you, I've been without him for a day
Som
now.
jeg prøvede at forklare Tweety,
I don't,
hvordan at hun fik ham til at komme
No.
ind i kufferten, det er der ikke rigtig nogen, der ved. Der er dem, der
I mean, I
mener,
don't
at hun
know
måske
what you
har
all
brugt en
want
pistol
me
til
to
at tro
tell
ham
you,
med.
because this was not in
Det ved
any
jeg
way,
ikke rigtigt.
shape or form, and on the Bible, intentional.
Okay. So you just
I
left him there
didn't
to
kill
teach
him.
You left him there to teach him a lesson?
I didn't mean to leave him there. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You got up and
Jamie
walked
mener
away.
så,
How is that not
at
intentionally leaving?
det er ham
Because
selv, der har
I'm
kravlet
looking at
ind
the
i den,
hole,
og så har
knowing
han
that
lukket den.
it's there.
Men
He'll get out
det
no harm. Because you
Then
don't,
he doesn't.
but
det er så
Don't
hende,
go
der
check
ikke
on
vil
him.
åbne den.
You say you're up for 30 minutes,
Jamie,
and he
your
doesn't
guess is
come
as
up.
good
You
as
don't go down
mine.
and check on him?
Why would you
I'm
crawl
in the
into
bed.
You even
a
move
suitcase?
into
I don't understand
you
that
admit
part.
to moving the suitcase like over. So
And Jackie,
you roll
yes,
it out, like, it's not
supposedly
like-
they
I
were
didn't
playing
want it to
hide and
be like
seek,
that.
but how many times do you
Don't-
play hide and seek?
you didn't want him to be
If
upside
you
down. How do
hide
you even get
the
upside
person,
down?
you're gonna find it afterwards. And if we listen to
You guys
this
are telling me right
video part,
I just
it
want you to
doesn't
hear
sound
it.
like she was.
that's how he talks to me most of the time.
She doesn't talk to him as it was fun and games.
I
I'll
don't
just
know how-
rewind it a
I
bit
don't
so
know
you can
how
hear it if you haven't heard it
You
before.
want me to say it? Me to tell you this, again, mind you, I've been without him for a day now.
Mhm.
No, this was not in any way, shape, or form, hand on the Bible, intentional.
Okay. So you just
I
left him there
didn't
to
kill
teach
him.
You left him there to teach him a lesson?
I didn't mean to leave him there. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You got up and walked away. How is that not intentionally leaving him there?
Because I'm looking at the hole, knowing that it's there. He'll get out no harm. Because you
Then
don't,
he doesn't,
but
but you don't go check on him. You say you're up for 30 minutes, and he doesn't come up. You don't go down and check on him?
I'm in the bed.
You even move.
It's so
I mean,
tough.
you admit to moving the suitcase like over. So
You roll it.
you roll it out. Like, it's not like
I didn't want it to be like that. Don't,
you didn't want him to be upside down. How do you even get upside down?
right. You guys are killing me right now.
I just want you to hear.
That's how he talks to me most of the time. I don't know how you want me to say it.
I'm just trying to figure out
And
what you
the
would
part
expect to
about
happen to
she
somebody when you
turned
leave them
the
in
I
suitcase
didn't
over.
mean to leave him in there.
It's again.
What's your
It
reasoning
doesn't
for,
sound like she's just.
not calling 911 sooner?
She just
Yeah, they
sipped him
don't
up
do
and
it
they
how
were
well it's
laughing
like.
and having fun.
I called
And,
Ryan, and like what, 5
Yes,
minutes later I
Tweety,
called you guys?
Sarah sounds
Not
like
even
she's
5 minutes.
taunting this
Nonetheless, but I had
victim.
to like I was trying to do
I
CPR.
don't know if you have seen the
I was
video.
trying to do
I
CPR.
have
I
it
had
on
to
some
get
of
him
the other
out
chats, other
and
videos.
try to do CPR.
She's
And
laughing,
then called you guys.
and in the end,
And it was continually
she
doing
just goes
CPR
quiet
with the
and
dispatch on the phone,
watches him
where he had me count
wiggle around
out
in
loud
this
to help me
suitcase.
focus on what I was doing.
It's so scary to watch that somebody could end his life in that way, and she's just laughing at him, drunk.
I don't know
I
how.
believe. I don't know.
I mean,
Very
you-
drunk.
You can sit here all day long and say, I thought he was going to get himself out, but that he didn't. And you went upstairs and you stayed there for 30 minutes before you fell asleep.
But can I say too, like,
You chose not to ever at any point during that 30 minutes walk back down and check on him.
no, wait 1 second, because I know, like, with you all, and then, like, because you continually ask me, like, time frames, where I told you, like, I don't bother even looking at the clock most of the time. So it's like a guesstimate. So for all I know, maybe it was 10 minutes.
Okay. But the
Story
point is, you
changes
left
again.
the living room where
Nu
he
ændrer hun
was,
på timelinen
for
igen,
help,
fordi
and
hun godt
went
kan
upstairs.
regne ud, hun
Regardless of how long
sat
you
sig
were
ind i
there,
nye
you
problemer.
left. You say,
I thought he was the boy calling wolf. Again.
Okay.
So when he asked to be let out, like, what's your reasoning for not letting him out?
When I was upstairs?
No, when he's asking on the video, he asked multiple times. He asked to be let out. I can't breathe. What? Like, why didn't you let him out?
Well, number one, I had no idea it was going to end like that.
Okay.
Number one.
Okay.
Number two, just, you know what? I'll give you 5 minutes or so in there. They'll give you 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes for what?
Well, based off the video, one video is at 11:12 and the next one's 11:23. So you actually gave him at least 11 minutes per video recording. So my thing is, when it stops.
Igen, lad være med at optage videoer, hvis I begår noget kriminelt. Det er ikke, legal advice, men det er bare en rigtig god idé, hvis man har lyst til at være kriminel, så lad være med at tage telefonen op i lommen. Again, leave the phone in the pocket if you're doing something criminal. It's not legal advice, but it's just a good idea because sometimes the police can use those videos to throw your timeline way off.
He asked multiple times. I mean, why? Why did you not let him out? It's just a simple question.
To be honest with you, I mean.
Were you punishing him?
No, just.
Well, that's what you're saying in the video.
This is what you get. This is what you make me feel like.
See, and then it's all backfired on me. Like, it's all backfired on me. And I understand the severity of this.
You did.
It's awful, I know.
Okay.
Again,
it's
det er
awful.
så synd for Sarah. Again, it's so.
And I will tell you both this right now too. I will never drink alcohol again. Like, I will never drink alcohol again. I don't care what it is in any way, shape, or form.
But let's get back to this.
She's right. She will probably never drink alcohol again.
I don't understand that.
What I have a feeling was, and again, it's the whole time frame.
She's probably going away.
I'm not asking time frame. I don't care about a time frame. He's in the bag saying, I can't
and my God.
And you say, fuck you.
When so like for like the whole few minutes that he was in there, like
minimum 11, but yes, go ahead. It's a few. 11 minimum.
But
in one video.
Well, in between those two videos.
Between the
11
two
minutes.
videos? Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the question again?
When he's begging for his life, telling you he can't breathe, let me out, and you say, fuck you, why don't you just let him out? What are you trying to prove to him? There was obviously something in your head that you were thinking of when he was asking to be let out, and you're like,
again, it's the boy calling wolf.
Okay, but where does this game end? Did you say this is a game? You got
obviously like the wrong way.
Maybe your English speakers can help it.
And it's not fair.
Normally,
it's not fair. You guys are trying to, again, he's in there. Night, night.
That's what happened.
No.
That's absolutely what happened.
Intentionally.
How's it not? You got up off the couch, walked up a flight of stairs, and got in your bed.
Thinking he was going to get out.
And he didn't. And you still didn't go down and
check it's the whole 30-minute thing that you guys are trying to do. Whatever. Like, for all I know, it's 10 minutes.
He's begging for his life, telling you he can't breathe.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I don't. I didn't intentionally mean for this to happen.
But you can't tell us why.
Om du havde intentioner, betyder ikke noget.
That's my only issue. Like, what am I supposed to write? What do I write?
So my thing is, though, it's what I have a feeling is I went upstairs and just hit the bed kind of thing. But again, I'm thinking he'll be up here in a minute. But then I go out.
But my question is, why didn't you just let him out prior to going up?
I don't know why.
He's begging to be let out. He's not laughing. He's not having fun.
Guys, I know. I don't know.
This was supposed to be fun. You were laughing before. Before you said he was laughing, you were laughing. You went upstairs. He had his fingers out of the bag and he was playing. Well, obviously that's not the case.
So are you guys? So what is it you're trying to like?
As long as it's on TikTok, it's okay. You can do it on TikTok, but you have to remove the video afterwards. But of course, you have to get your clicks on TikTok.
It was he and I having a great day, fooling around and being stupid, and apparently me going upstairs and hitting the bed, not going to sleep. Where it's like, I'm tired now. I'm going to go to sleep.
That's excluding. It's a good analogy for the day. Excluding the fact that he's got a bump on the back of his head, a bump on the front of his head, and his lip is busted, and he has a bump on his eye.
I don't know what you all want me to tell you. Like, this is not fair at all.
Yes.
That you all are assuming that that's from me.
Where else did it come
from? If you were, say it's opposite, you were in the suitcase and you're asking to be let out, would you hope that that person would let you out? Like, you're asking to be let out of a suitcase, should they not let you out?
Eventually. I'm guessing. I mean, I don't. I'm blaming it on the wine.
Blaming it on the wine?
So you guys are like assuming that,
You keep saying we're assuming, oh, we haven't assumed anything.
but you guys are assuming that that's what I did.
No, by what?
Like, this is-
I have to have David on at some time and explain what the different degrees of murder is, because I'm not sure. I have read what it is, but I think David could explain it to me better. But for those of you who wasn't here in the beginning, they found some contusions on his left shoulder and his forehead, and on his back he had a scratch. The scratch was from they are having sexy times. She claims it was from sexy times, and she doesn't know how he got the contusions. Maybe because he used to run into the walls all the time. Somebody believes that maybe she pushed the suitcase down the stairs, and that's why he has these bruises. But we'll have to see when it gets to court. But she didn't know anything about a busted lip or anything. It's maybe he fell off her son's bike when he was riding that. She has a lot of explanations, and every one of them is just another level of cray-cray.
The facts of what happened. We got there. You said you pulled him out of a suitcase. You said you went up. You went to bed. We're not assuming that. These are the facts that you're telling us.
But
Now
what you
we're
said
asking
is
you
like,
to
oh, I'm
explain it.
tired. Oh, I'm tired.
Well, that's what you told me on a sworn recorded statement yesterday. Because when I said, oh, you went upstairs and passed out, you were like, no, I did not pass out. You got attitude with me because you were assuming, you thought I was assuming that you were drunk. So that's an assumption. That was an assumption when I said you passed out. And guess what? You corrected me.
Og der har vi det igen. Hvis at du har muligheden for at tie stille, så er det måske noget, du skal gøre, fordi i den video, der var i går, hvor hun snakker med de her detektiver første gang, der siger hun, at nej, hun var ikke fuld, og hun var ikke besvimet op i sengen eller noget. Hun havde det rigtig godt, og der var ingenting. Det var også der, de der 30 minutter, hun snakkede om tidligere, de kommer fra, og hun blev faktisk sur på, detektiven, på trods af, at hun virkede både som om hun både var småfuld og havde tømmermænd i den video, af, hvis I så den i går fra bodycammet. Men igen, når du siger noget, så kan politiet bruge det mod dig bagefter, og det er måske ikke så godt for hendes sag. And again, as I said in Danish, if you have the opportunity to shut up, it's maybe a good idea to do it. And but as us who watches a lot of cases knows, many of the accused in cases doesn't have the ability to shut up. And again, she talks herself into trouble, because on the first interview with the detective, she said, no, I wasn't drunk. I was okay. It took 30 minutes. And now she tries to get away from that story, and the detective caught her in it again. So not legal advice. I'm not a lawyer, but if you have the opportunity, you better shut up.
You were very adamant about the fact that both of you had your wits about you. What's your favorite word to use?
Compass mentis.
You've used it today too, to say that you guys were within your wits. There's two empty bottles of wine.
No, but we can drink both of them.
I think you did.
We didn't.
Yeah, Jamie, it would be nice to have David on, but
so I don't know how you
he has
did.
that work thing
They weren't there the day
in
before.
court today,
So
so
one
Two
was.
public receipts
it's in the
from
way of
yesterday.
all the fun
Only
things
thing
you have to
purchased
do
on either
on the
one
internet.
was a single bottle of wine.
Sometimes
Two of
I'll have to have him
So
on
we
and
have each
explain
bottle
the
of wine
case
that was
better.
empty in your garbage can that you purchased yesterday, or he purchased, but you two would have consumed together.
Okay, well, I
mean, it's receipts, so it's not even worth the going back.
So this is, so I don't know what you guys are, I don't know.
We were just hoping that we could figure out why you.
What was the motivation?
There was no motivation.
Well,
Well, we're watching a video that, after talking to you, everything was laughing and fun. Now we're watching a video where it's not laughing and fun. He's begging for his life, and you are in a very angry voice telling him to fuck off.
No.
Yes,
It's not.
that's absolutely what it was. It's not an assumption. The video's there. We played it for you.
So you guys think that I intentionally,
You did.
It
You
doesn't
got up
matter
on the
what we-
couch
it doesn't
and
matter
walked
what
up
we
the couch,
think.
or walked up the stairs and got into bed. That was intentional. There's no way getting around that. You intentionally did that. Nobody drugged you up there. You didn't float up downstairs.
Okay, well, it's not fair. It's not fair that you guys keep trying to say that that's what I did.
It's not fair. Remember,
told us
Sarah
that. You
is a
didn't go
straight A
upstairs?
student. Igen, det er så
Again,
synd for Sarah.
There was
Det er
a
ikke hende,
hole
der
in
har
a
gjort det.
suitcase. I unzipped it from the hole with one finger.
Well, the damn hole didn't do him no good, did it?
But he could push it open.
No, he
Did he?
couldn't. The video
No.
shows him pushing up.
And
If he could push it open, why wouldn't he have gotten out himself? Why would he beg you to open it?
I tell
Okay.
you, he can't breathe.
Okay.
If someone
I-
can do something for themselves, they're going to do it. They don't need assistance unless they need assistance.
So, but why would he start doing it?
Because he couldn't, because it was all the way zipped.
Okay.
Didn't see it.
It wasn't. I intentionally didn't do it. That I intentionally did not do.
What's that? You didn't intentionally do what?
Zip it all the way. He nor I.
Well, he's dead as a
Lay
result of your
hands on
action.
each other.
He is dead as a result
I
of your
understand that.
action. So,
That's why
You
this.
two didn't lay hands on each other.
No. No. I don't have anything.
You're right.
He doesn't. Whatever that is, whatever this, whatever it
He
is.
does.
See, this is what happens. It's not fair that you guys, just because he has those, automatically blame it on me. Like,
well,
Where
what
else
about
are we
when
gonna
you had your injuries and he gets arrested? Is that not fair?
really? Like,
It's
really?
the exact
Yeah.
same thing.
Really?
He has injuries. You have injuries. Like, what does that mean?
I don't have any injuries.
Correct.
Because he and I have not been at it with one another.
So every time that you guys fight, you both hit each other? So you should have probably
No.
gone to jail all those times that he went to
No.
jail for domestic?
Well, the one time I did. But he completely trashed the police report. Because that's nothing what happened. Because the reason why I got taken in was because my story was different than his. So I'm being portrayed as like this
Så
abuser.
det hun siger her, det er, at hun har også
saying
været i
that he
fængsel,
doesn't
fordi
abuse
at hun har banket lidt
So
løs
I'm the
på
one
ham.
that's being portrayed as
Og
the
det,
abuser.
men igen, det er synd for Sarah.
I have never dealt with anything like this before. I don't know what to do, how to do it, and I always
Hun
know
har
what to do.
aldrig
and how
haft
to
sådan
do it.
noget, eller gjort sådan noget her før.
This I don't
Yeah,
know.
no,
So
can
I
I-
don't know like
tit man
what's
står
going
mennesker
on or like.
As you said, she never dealt with this
We are
before, but
simply trying to
how
find
many
out.
times in her life do you kill
We got
somebody?
one side of the
2,
story.
3 times before
You're
it
telling
gets
us
too much?
we're
I
going with
don't
what
know.
you're saying, but then we find stuff that negates what you're telling us.
And I don't even remember doing that.
You're telling us that we're assuming stuff, but what we're simply doing is telling you what we saw in the video and
I
repeating what
understand.
you told us.
I understand because I don't remember that.
Okay? Doesn't mean it didn't happen just because you don't remember it.
So is the texting thing something about me? Like what's
The what? Texting? Oh, no, I'm texting.
No,
you guys are scaring me, so like I don't know like what to expect. I mean, I had questions of things that need to be taken care of. Like I don't.
What are your questions?
I have one last question. I mean, you realize you're the person that killed him, right?
I thought about that.
Okay, you left him in a bag when he's begging you, saying, "I can't breathe, let me out," and you said, "Fuck you," and you got up off the couch and went upstairs and left him in that bag.
Not intentionally.
Again,
I would never do that to George.
you did.
Not
It happened.
intentionally. Know that.
I don't.
Know that.
You got up and you went up to bed.
Alcohol is a shitty thing. It's alcohol.
So
Not
alcohol
again.
is the reason that you killed him?
You all
Please sit down.
listen to me.
Please sit down.
You all listen. I did not intentionally kill him.
And she goes back and forth.
I don't know what it is I need
Talking
to
about
do or
she
how to
never
do it
drinks, she
or what
can't
to say
drink,
or
she
how to
can't
say
handle
it.
the
But
drink, and
what
then
was your intention?
Everyone knows. Everyone knows.
they have the proof
Everything that
that
I've
they
done for George
drank
and love him and continuously
a
help
couple
him
of
throughout his
bottles of
life
wine,
with me
and now
and made
she's
him a
saying,
happier,
well,
better
alcohol
person.
made me do it.
Everybody has to lose.
Everyone knows
Her
that.
story
Everybody has
just
to
doesn't
So it's
match
like,
up, and that's
okay,
why this
so
case is
while we're in a good
interesting
place right
to
now,
follow,
I'm gonna
because
snap. Is that what it, while we're in a
rule
good flow right now,
number one,
Yeah.
don't phone yourself
Absolutely. I
doing
got you on
anything.
video screaming,
Rule
"Fuck
number
you."
2, if the police
This
read
is what
you
it
your
feels like when
Miranda
you're
rights
choking
in the
me.
start of an
This is
interview,
what it feels
Which
like when
was
you're
however long
you need a
ago.
lawyer.
You
The
said,
videos was from last night.
clearly
So it wasn't
Well,
that.
But
Yeah.
again,
there's still feeling towards it,
she
You
has
can say it
this
if you
God
feel it.
complex.
But I would
She's
never
a
do that.
straight A student.
but it
It's
happened, and you did.
But you
But
know,
that's
not
after
fair
being
that they
playful.
blame her the
But no,
murder
they're
on
having a
her,
good day.
even
No
though
one's
she
watching
just
it,
admitted that
Everybody's
yes,
having a good day.
she thought
All I'm
about that.
saying,
I would hate to see a bad day.
y'all are making me out to be a person that I'm not, or will I ever be.
Or are you a different person when you're drunk?
People have different personalities after they consume alcohol.
It depends. It's, well,
Because you're sober now, so sober you.
Nice
What about
person.
drunk?
I'm not sure she's all that
Not-
sober.
it's both of us. It's both of us. And it's, again, it's not fair that you all are assuming that the marks that he has on him are from me.
Lucy,
We asked you where they came from.
I have no idea.
Well, nobody else was there, so nobody else was.
I have no idea. I swear I did not lay a hand on him,
Okay. You just zipped them in the bag.
nor he.
You just zipped them in the bag. And then you flipped the bag around several times.
I didn't do that intentionally.
You didn't intentionally flip the bag around?
No, why would I do that?
Well, you
Good
told us
question,
you
you
did it.
did.
When he was upside down.
Right.
Well, you had to put them upside down.
You can't get in a suitcase upside down
Yeah.
because the,
Oh my
when
gosh.
you put the
See,
stuff
that's
in where his body was.
That's unfortunately
Like,
because nobody else was there. That's
We have a
unfortunate.
video showing the suitcase in several different positions. So it shows, one, like she just said, it had to been on its back with the lid open for him to get in there, for you to zip it up. Then it shows it on the other side with him in it, so you had to flip it to there. Then there's another video where it's on its back again, so you had to flip it
I'm
to there.
leaving it like this, please. I'm leaving it like this. I did not intentionally do this. No
how do you
malicious
not
intent
intentionally
or effort
flip the
was towards
suitcase
it.
a couple of times?
No
I don't
malicious.
get it.
I would
I'm
say
the point
because
of
that
the
help you sleep, but you're not
Hvordan hun
sleeping,
kan sidde og sige, at det ikke var hendes intention.
Last
at
night,
gøre
I
det,
maybe
og hun
got
har
an
vendt
hour.
kufferten flere
In your
gange.
voice, you can hear
Det
the
forstår jeg
maliciousness.
simpelthen
The
ikke.
fuck you is very, very,
You don't talk to people like that. That's not like a common like,
Nope.
hey Scott, fuck you.
Thank you.
That's not common. It's not something people do. And no one that
That
sees
is
that
an
is going to
asshole.
think that.
Maybe you say
Okay.
that.
So we were trying to give you an opportunity, and it is what it is.
There's no maliciousness towards
Okay.
that.
So I would probably be telling myself that too.
My intent was not for that to happen.
But you went upstairs and went to bed, or maybe you passed out. I don't know.
Waiting for him. And the whole time frame thing, it's like, it's
Regardless,
that's not really fair.
Regardless, waiting for him. It's not like you walked up the stairs. You can't fly up the stairs. No one can take you up the stairs.
Okay.
You go up the stairs. You lay in the bed, and you wait for him. Who cares if it's 5 minutes? Who cares if it's 30 freaking seconds? He's begging for his life. He's begging to get out. You go upstairs.
you leave them.
It doesn't matter. So get the time frame out of your mind. It
This
doesn't
whole
matter.
thing, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, because there's this. So it doesn't matter anything what it is I say. So it makes no difference whatsoever.
It's just you're lying, and like you're now changing
Who's
your
lying
story.
about what?
You're now you were drunk.
Oh, I never said that I was drunk.
Exactly, but you did here today. That's okay.
You said earlier.
Everything
Alcohol.
recorded.
You blamed it on the alcohol.
You blamed it on the alcohol. Alcohol does a lot to people.
Yes, but I never said I was drunk.
Okay.
Yes.
So you did this sober. You knowingly left them down there sober.
I have already told both of you.
Tweety, I think you're so right that the worst thing in all of this is not that he killed George or Jorge or what his name is. It's that the police have the audacity to claim that she was drunk. This straight-A student doesn't drink, but alcohol does strange things to a person, and you do change personalities, but she is not drunk. It's very important. Sarah did nothing intentionally, and she didn't get drunk and pass out. So I think you're right, Tweety. The police are not nice to Sarah, and Sarah is the victim, not George, even though he's the one passed away.
You also that we were both drinking.
Right. Okay. But you want to admit that you were drunk? Is that
I'm telling you all both. This has changed my life. I will take this. I don't know.
Yeah. That's a true statement.
Absolutely. But you're trying to
That's
dance
a
around
true
the fact
statement. I like that.
that
So, but what are you, okay,
did-
just,
You left them in there. You're trying to
Oh my
dance around the
gosh,
fact
this
that
is-
you left them in there.
this is not,
You didn't leave him in
it's not, it's not cool. Like, this is not cool.
It's not cool.
That is,
He's dead. It's
but
not
you
cool.
think that I did that intentionally. You think that I did that intentionally.
You intentionally left him in there and left the room. You went upstairs to a different room.
You intentionally did that.
You did.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking he's gonna get out.
Okay, and he didn't.
Obviously not.
When somebody's begging, saying, I
But
can't
when you
breathe.
say that though, but you have to,
Please let me out. I can't
y'all
breathe.
don't know George though. Like, again, I thought it was a boy crying wolf. So it's just like, what?
Oh, so if your son was in there and said, I can't breathe, are you going to open it, or is he 9, so he's not,
Really?
it's not a big deal? I'm valid question.
Well, you said you would never put your son in a suitcase. You would only put George in there.
No, George got in the suitcase.
Oh, so that's how he got in the suitcase.
Not all the way and not intentionally to leave him there.
But how did he get flipped over 3 times?
You keep going away from
I
it.
don't know.
That's exactly what happened. You went to bed,
So
woke up the next
are
day.
you all trying to have me admit that? Like, are you trying to have me admit that? Because I will never admit it because it's not true. It's not true.
I'm basically stating as a fact that that's what happened.
Okay.
You videotaped him asking to be let out. You go upstairs.
So what, guys? So what? Like, just, I don't know what you want me to say, other than it was not out of maliciousness or intentional. I don't know what or how I can say it. I love George. Love him. To this day still. Love him.
Love makes you do crazy things.
It doesn't do, it's not one of those things where it's like, oh gosh, you know what? I've done enough for you at this point. I never gave up on him.
Okay.
Why I'm here today, I'm still not giving up on him.
No,
I
you're there
would do
today because
anything for
George
him.
is not there
gave up
today.
checking up
That's
on
why
him.
you're at the police. It's not to fix anything. Igen, der kan vi bare se, den her kvinde, hun kan ikke ret godt tage ansvar for noget. Hun er der jo kun for at hjælpe George. Det er ikke forkert.
All day, all day, all day.
Og den der historie med, at de har haft det så sjovt, det er jo fint nok, men det slutter jo
So why
ikke.
is it you all think that y'all don't know me, you don't know me,
Nope.
would do something like that, especially having a 9-year-old son? Like why, like,
Why are you so
Josie,
like, caught on
you're
what
so
we
wrong.
say?
She's a straight A student.
Because you should be
It's
more
like
concerned
She
about
would
what
never
you told
do
us.
that.
it's because
You
what
have to
you guys are like
understand
trying
that,
The things that the video
it's just
shows
the police
that are
who
opposite of what
doesn't
you told us, and then
understand.
what
She
you
would
know.
Like, what
never
is
do
opposite?
that intentionally.
Well, you said it was
But,
funny, and you're the only one
we
laughing.
were playing before that.
Stop talking.
Okay.
But then it stops.
Yeah.
It obviously stops being fun,
Well,
because you're screaming at him, he's
I'm
begging
not
to get
screaming
out.
at him.
Well,
Sounds
I'm not
like you.
that sure she's sober right now.
I don't know what you all want to
Maybe a
tell
bit
him.
hungover, but
In no way, shape, or form.
she sounds like she's slurring a bit,
At
so and she gets
Ever.
more and more angry during
still
the
gonna allow us
interview.
to
It
do your
could seem
fingernails?
like she's getting off
All right, I'm gonna get that set up.
the necessary level of alcohol. She needs an assistant to be coherent. So
No, but when you come back and
I think
talk about this.
both drunk and sober Sarah, if she exists, are monsters.
So what?
Just don't understand.
So it
I don't
wasn't,
understand how your story changes so much to the
how
fact
is
that
it changing? Please help me explain, understand.
you went on about how this was such a playful thing and you guys were laughing, and it probably was for a few minutes, but then it obviously changes. The whole demeanor of this whole situation completely changes. It's not the funny, laughing matter. He's not laughing at all.
I didn't think he was being serious.
You absolutely sound serious.
I
When you're
didn't think
answering
so. Like, just,
You don't think your voice, you sounded serious?
it's, okay.
Og den her fortælling med, at det er bare drengen, der råber ud.
It was a great day.
Altså,
It didn't end well.
vi har jo hørt
Obviously.
videoen, hvor han ligger og hører, hvor ynkelig han er, og hvor
I can't explain to you.
for det første lyder hun pissefuld, og for det
How
andet
horrific it was.
så sidder hun lige og siger fuck you hele tiden.
Horrific.
Det lugter ikke af, at det har været en rigtig sjov leg, de har haft gang i, og han bare er typen, som skaber sig, når han ligger låst inde i en kuffert. Men det er synd for Sarah, det er, hvad vi kan få ud af det her interview.
Here's what gets me though, is you don't remember taking videos, you don't know where he is, you don't remember him being in the suitcase, and you're still telling me that you had your wits about you. How does someone have their wits about them when...
See, that's the thing too, but you can clearly tell that I had been drinking some. You can clearly tell.
Now she's been drinking, og nu indrømmer hun så, at hun har drukket, fordi
Oh
det
my
havde hun jo
God.
ikke før.
Right,
Regularly.
right,
Really?
right. Talk to the property
Really?
manager. Talk to the property manager.
Okay.
Because it's not,
These are your neighbors, the one that live next to you. Your property manager does not live next to you. They see you every day. How many,
Oh my
you had two neighbors you went
gosh.
to and asked to go
See,
use the
that is
restroom.
just not
and you said no.
fair.
Hold on. You had two different neighbors that lived directly next to you. You asked to use the restroom and they told you no and turned you away. You had to go across the way to somebody else.
No, okay. Kim and Kim is not a nice person.
Okay.
She's just automatically not nice.
Og den her forklaring, den er rigtig god, fordi nu siger betjenten jo, jamen du er jo fuld tit, altså det er jo hver dag, du drikker, og så nej, det passer slet ikke. Og så i går på den video, hvor de snakker med hende, der vil hun på toilettet, og så går hun over og spørger en nabo, og de vil så ikke lukke hende ind, så hun er nødt til at gå et andet sted hen. Og det er jo så den forklaring nu, at det er jo bare fordi, at Kim, hun er ikke en flink person. Det er jo hende, der er noget galt med. Det er ikke fordi, at Sarah og George, de lidt for tit bokser løs på hinanden, og derfor laver ballade. Så igen, hendes historie om, hvor god en mor og hvor en straight A-student hun er, den hænger ikke så godt sammen med de beviser, politiet nu har, og derfor så er det nok også, at hun er ved at indse, at hun har talt sig ind i noget af nogle problemer. And this part is about the neighbors talking about she's been drunk a lot, and they wouldn't let her into the apartment when she had to go use a toilet. and again, she gets angry when she's accused of drinking. And it's funny because everybody who's talking about her says, well, she was a drunk, but maybe it's her self-righteousness that makes her unable to understand that she's a drunk. But again, it's not Sarah that's the problem. It's Kim, the neighbor. She's not nice.
Nice. Even after me and Lucas went over there and introduced ourselves, she's just not a nice person.
Then why would you think she would let you use a restroom?
Because Eli was in there. Eli comes over and talks to us sometimes, which I think pisses Kim off because he comes over and talks to us. The two of them, they're like super standoffish all the time. My neighbors down the street, down the way, their toilet was broken. They had stuff in the bathroom. So then they're like, go over there and try over there.
There's 2 bathrooms.
I wouldn't let somebody go upstairs and use my personal bathroom. That's what the downstairs one is for.
If it's somebody you like, would you? Somebody you knew?
They're in the process of doing all this stuff in the kitchen, and there's stuff in the bathroom, and the toilet doesn't work. Just walk across the way, no problem. And of course they let me in. Them and them, they're together. They're families. And nonetheless, if you really want to know, and I hope it doesn't get them in trouble, but he is over here legally. So he's trying to work on getting his...
And there it is. Throwing a neighbor under the bus because he's an illegal alien in the US. She's such a nice woman. I can't understand why they wouldn't let her use the toilet. I think she's just misunderstood, and the police just wants to trap her. That's my take after watching this interview. Og så har vi jo Sarah, det venlige menneske. Nu har hun så lige fortalt, at naboen, han er jo faktisk ulovlig immigrant i USA, fordi Sarah, hun er jo et godt menneske, så hun prøver lige at kaste skylden på nogen andre, fordi hun gør jo ingenting forkert. Hun er simpelthen så outstanding et menneske, virkelig et rart menneske.
What does that got to do with you using the restroom?
They didn't want to be involved.
No, I was asking last night because, I mean, we had several different people in the
Assuming
neighborhood come up
that Eli and
saying
Kim.
she's drunk on a regular basis.
Eli and Kim. Okay. Did you ask Vinny next door?
Those are the ones next door that she asked to use the restroom, and they said no.
No, she said no. And like I said, she's not a nice person.
They're coming. What are your questions?
Yep.
Can I help you with?
Who's coming?
To do the fingernails?
Yeah, you said that we could.
And you don't have to allow us to do it, just so you know. So don't think that it's...
I don't have a problem.
Okay. Just make sure.
So, am I getting my phone back?
No.
Not today.
What about Lucas's laptop?
No.
Not today.
What does that mean?
We're still going through everything.
Oh, that's fine.
You're the one just telling us there's videos that we need to see on it, so we need to do our due diligence that we go through everything.
See, and that backfires on me now too, because now you all think that I had even more, in quotes, intent to do what I did then, which was not intentional.
What's that?
Is that correct?
She's asking about your tag in your hand.
No, but I'm asking if that's correct.
No, I'm not going to agree to anything that you're saying. I'm not, that you're...
So, his probation officer,
Mm-hmm.
do you all inform her or do I need to call her?
We don't have to inform her, so if you would like to call her, you can. Are you saying because he's on probation?
No, but because of the nice lady that she is and all that she's done for him, I thought I didn't know how it was.
Legally, we just have to tell his parents, and we don't go telling.
Everybody else?
I didn't even know who his probation officer was, so no, I wouldn't go tell.
So the same thing for classes. I need to do that too.
And I don't understand this part. She wants to tell his probation officer he's not coming back, and that the anger management classes he has to attend court ordered. Why? The guy is dead. It's not like they're going to put him in jail because he's not showing up for anger management classes. Why does she focus on this? Doesn't she understand that she's not getting out of this room without going into a place where they have bars for the windows? The world she lives in is not the world we live in, that's for sure. Og her der kan vi så se, hvordan hendes mindset er. Altså, det hun er interesseret i, det er, om hun kan få sin telefon. Nej, det kan du nok næppe, når du er anklaget i sådan noget her, eller under forhør. Du har i hvert fald forlæst dine rettigheder. Hun vil have sin søns laptop tilbage, som hun lige har fortalt, der findes yderligere beviser på. Og så begynder hun at sidde og spørge ind til, om politiet kontakter hans probation officer. Det er jo ikke fordi, han ryger i fængsel, hvis han ikke møder op til de her anger management klasser, han skal tage, som med retten har bestemt. Han er jo død. Altså, de er nok fløjtende lige glade med, om han møder op eller ikke møder op, fordi altså, de kan jo ikke gøre noget ved ham, når manden er død. Men den verden, eller den planet, hun lever på, det er vist ikke helt den samme som vi andres.
He went to do what?
Substance abuse class and his battery
Example?
intervention.
Yeah, we
Something
don't
else I
have
was
to
just getting ready to
call
ask. So, other than this, so initially, what was the cause of death?
She is still pending because she wants to hold the body for an additional day to see if more of those bruises turn into something bigger. And she's doing some other tests that she's got to do. So she's pending it for now.
So, and that couldn't have been because of him being in the suitcase? Or y'all are saying that I physically did it?
That's what she's determining.
So,
The ones on the head, I asked her, could that have been from the suitcase? And she said she didn't think so.
I didn't touch him, nor did he touch me. I'm leaving it at that. So I don't know if you all know how to do this because so that's what I was going to ask you. So are you all updating his parents today or when you get final, whatever?
What does it matter what we tell his parents? What do you mean?
Because
We're gonna talk to with them.
Yeah.
okay,
I have to
but it's
tell-
going to come
like-
down to me.
What do you mean?
Like, so it's being put on me.
Who said that?
But I'm not, so what is it you would tell them?
We're gonna give them an update, just like we gave you an update on their autopsy.
Okay, so it's whatever
Well,
bruise,
here's the
scratch,
thing,
and
here's the thing.
whatever on the head.
We had to deliver news to them last night that their son was dead. There's not a whole lot of conversation that goes on after that. It's not a very easy thing
Was
to
it
do.
yesterday or Sunday? Sunday. Today's Tuesday, right?
Did we not meet you yesterday? We met you yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
Og nu bliver hun sur over, at hun ikke kan huske, hvad dag hun har slået en mand ihjel, og politiet har været nødt til at fortælle hans forældre, at han er død. I den første video, hvor hun snakker med de her detektiver, så står hun og fortæller, at hans familie hader hende. De kalder hende The White Dragon Lady, og fordi han er mexikansk afstamning. Og hun vil ikke snakke med dem, fordi så vil de bare beskylde hende for, at han er død. Det er der jo så nok en grund til, men det er sjovt igen, det er det, hun fokuserer på, når hun sidder her. De har snakket med hende en time og 20 minutter om, at hun højst sandsynligt har dræbt George. Hun påstår det ikke med vilje, men altså det er hende, der har lukket ham ind i kufferten, og det er han død af. Og så hendes største problem, det er, om hun skal ringe til hans forældre, og om hans probation officer bliver sur over, at han ikke møder op til de her drug og anger management classes. Altså, hun er helt væk fra vinduet. Again, Sarah wondering about if she has to tell his parents about it. If you saw the first time she interacted with the detectives, she was afraid she had to talk to his parents because his family, he's of Mexican descent, and they called her the White Dragon Lady or the Blue-Eyed Dragon Lady, something like that. And she was afraid to talk to them because they would just blame her of the murder. Wonder why. But now she can't even remember that it was yesterday she met the detectives, but she is not a drinker, and it's not her fault. Remember that.
Right? Did we not meet yesterday?
It's a valid question.
Really? Yes, on Monday.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Perfect.
So I don't know if I asked you guys or how I find this out other than talking to his parents, which is not going to happen.
Yeah, probably a terrible idea.
How do you guys suggest me finding out about funeral?
That's not even something that's been probably talked about between the family. That's not something we ask. We have no way.
It's so hard to understand
I didn't know
her
that.
logic. I
So-
don't get why she keeps saying it's not intentional. It's not intentional. The guy's dead. That's the problem. It's not if it was intentional or not. Try to figure that out. And now she's talking about the
I've been there with
funeral.
parents,
I
grandparents,
bet she's
and
not going to be at the funeral. She's probably going to be in the
I
slammer.
don't know if I have the right to or not, but like I was going to call his former employees whom he really cared for and let them know.
You can call whoever you want.
I just don't want to do something that I'm not supposed to. How do I go about getting his wedding ring, engagement ring?
It's at the medical examiner's office. It'll come to us eventually, and then
It'll be released to
to
the next of kin.
Yeah. Okay.
I bought it for him.
That is a civil issue. It was on his finger, it goes to them. They're the ones that are gonna release it. We don't have any say in that.
So I won't get that back.
Nope.
So for all of this, like, how do I find out what's what and how many, like, what's been found?
What do you mean?
Pillow with stain, swabs of stain from pillow, suitcase.
That will all be sent off to
FDLE?
the daily Florida Department of Law Enforcement. They do their testing.
So, and then like whatever white can with blood and necktie with blood was from the suitcase.
Correct.
Why would you guys, oh, you'll see it in there, the baseball bat for Lucas and the feet. And this is just his phone, my phone, and the laptop.
Yeah, when anything can be released, we will release it, but we are very early in this investigation, and it's not an overnight process, unfortunately.
So what's next?
They're gonna come and swab your fingers?
No, I'm talking about like in the long run. Like, what do I need to, like, do I need to be doing something, or like?
I can't tell you what to do.
I mean, like, so like for, like, I don't understand, like, I don't know if you guys are just gonna like, because it makes it sound like to me, like, I'm being accused of something that was not intentional. I'm being accused of it. And a handful of other things that I'm being accused of.
Okay.
So I don't want to be at home with Lucas and you guys show up.
You're not gonna be at home.
Okay.
Igen, altså, at hun
So,
sidder der nu efter
first,
halvanden time og tror, at hun kommer ud.
I don't know what
Altså,
I'm going to tell you.
det er nok ikke
So is
voldsomt
there
sikkert.
going to be concrete whatever it is, and then it's like, okay, this is what it is, kind of thing, or like, because I've done the whole court thing, I've done the whole.
She had six of
attorney
them,
thing, I've done
and
whatever.
she's
So
not
it's-
even in court yet.
I'm not
so,
admitting anything about being intentional.
after this,
and I
she'll
killed George.
lawyer up.
That's not the situation, but it's trying to depend on me.
Okay.
That was not my intent. But it's trying to depend on me. So however, or whatever it is I need to do in order for that to be proven, then I need to do so, which is why I'm trying to get my ducks in a row.
Yeah, she paid
So
for
that's why I'm
the
asking what the
engagement
next
ring.
step
She
is,
wants
other
it
than getting my nails
back,
swabbed.
but I don't think
mean, you want me
she's
to
going to get it
tell
from his
you
family when they
how
call
to not be
her
accused
the
of a
white
crime? Is that what
the
you're
white
asking?
dragon
I don't
lady,
know what you
I'm
want.
trying to
blue-eyed
prepare myself
white
for whatever
dragon lady,
may need
something
to be
like
done,
that.
so I can,
I
I guess, stick
wouldn't-
up for myself.
I mean, I think you're doing just fine. You came, you talked.
I just don't want you guys to, again, show up and Lucas is in the house.
Well, we did tell you yesterday that we don't want to do anything around your son, hence why you came to us. So I don't know why you think that's going to change.
That and or me not just show up back home.
I'm sorry, what? That or what?
Me just not show up back home. That's what, oh, he's so happy that I'm staying over at the house with Brian, like so happy. And I'm not going back to the house, to my house, for however long I can stay over here because of.
You're not going back to the house.
And again, if you don't mind me asking, so for whatever it is you all are claiming from the videos, which, yeah, is that what you're going to tell them? Like his parents? It's like, oh yeah, and by the way, she did.
Did what?
I mean, what would you tell them?
I don't think it really matters what we're gonna tell the parents.
Oh yeah, it is a steel to the fire.
Well, we can't hide things, and I don't know, I'm not saying we're going to go.
What does "it is steel to the fire" mean? I don't understand that saying. Is that something you say in the U.S. or is it just a Sarah saying? I don't understand what she means with "it's steel to the fire." Is it because the family is going to be more angry with her that she killed their son and laughed at it? They're going to find out some way, but I don't understand what "it's steel to the fire" means.
I'm not saying that we're going to go and tell them every single thing we have. But again, this is the Orange County Sheriff's Office, that's public record. So eventually, like, this all will come out.
Mhm.
So it's like, I'm not,
Matters, honey.
you're making it sound like we're going to tell them something. So then your life is in danger. And I don't like that accusation. So let's just nip that in the butt right now.
Well, that's what's going to happen.
I cannot
What are we gonna
choose.
tell them?
But we can't even, but so technically there's no concrete report yet even.
Right.
So it's,
You want me to like
I'm
tell
telling
you
you
exactly what I'm
I'm
going to tell them? I don't know what I'm going to
that I
tell them. I don't know what I'm going to tell them. Let's just leave it at that. Just like you don't know why you went upstairs. I don't know what I'm
I
going to tell
thought
them.
so. That would make sense.
They're
But
dealing with-
steel
Can I
to the fire
call you the
doesn't
way that I
make
did last
sense.
time?
Yeah, my phone is an open line. Missy should be there. I don't watch the
I get it. Look, I get it.
I don't think you do.
That looks really bad.
Mhm.
So that's what scares me. Like, what do I need to plan on? Like, what do I need to plan on? I promise you, on my son's life,
I
it
wouldn't
was
do
not
that.
intentional. I promise you, on Lucas's life, it was not intentional.
I don't know you. I can't say I know anything about you. I don't know what would be a true statement, what would not. I mean, if you're promising on your son's life, that's fine.
That's how much it means.
Sorry.
That's how much it, look, that's how much it means.
Okay.
I hope you take that to heart, please.
Sorry, I'm having technical issues. I'm a boomer. Another small tip, when the police offers you a glass, well, they have her DNA because they're going to scrape her nails in a moment, but not legal advice. But if you don't want your DNA left on the police station, then don't drink of the nice police officer's glass that he offers you.
And it's documented that you said that, yeah, I get it.
He's the thirsty one.
Do you have any idea when I can get my phone back?
You're not getting your phone back.
What do you say?
I said, no telling. I mean, our digital forensics unit is, got a lot of cases on their plate. I mean.
Well, and that's not technically my laptop, it's Lucas's laptop.
Okay.
But he plays, you'll see all the games that he has on there.
As soon as we can get that back to Lucas, we will. As soon as we can release your phone, we will. But we have no way of being able to tell you because we don't have control over their case other than how they arrange what they do. So I don't know. And at this point, I think, honestly, with everything else that's going on, that should probably be at the bottom of your list of worries.
I'm trying to make Lucas happy so he can have his laptop back.
Okay.
Did Brian not have a laptop for him?
He has his laptop that he has to do for work, that he doesn't want him using it or breaking or dropping. It's not a big deal. There's nothing on the laptop anyway.
And earlier she said they should look at the laptop. There were lots of videos showing that she was the victim, but now there's nothing on the laptop. This lady changes stories more times than I change his underwear.
So you will keep me posted, like updated.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing, is I'm trying to figure out what I need to do in the meantime.
You're going to prison.
I don't know. I can't, like, I don't know what to tell you, though. Like, what?
But you all have more information than I do, where it's like, yeah, you might want to, or yeah, you might want to.
I'm sorry, what?
Like, we have more information on what?
Like,
We told you everything that we have. You know everything that we know. And most of it we got from you.
but that, like I was telling her, like, yeah, that's bad. Like, which I swore in my son's life was unintentional. So that's why I'm trying to figure out what I need to do for myself.
Okay.
Going forward with this.
You
Nonetheless,
have to get a
with
lawyer.
his family. And are you all just showing up with Lucas in the house?
I think we've already both told you that we would be mindful of any situations.
Og igen kan vi se, at det hele handler om, hvad skal hun gøre, og det er synd for hende. Selvfølgelig vil hun beskytte sin søn, det er da prisværdigt, men altså, hvis hun ikke allerede nu har fanget, at det hun skal gøre som det næste, det er at ringe til en advokat og sige, det her ser ikke særlig godt ud.
I'll try with you next time.
Altså, hun er måske ikke den skarpeste kniv i skuffen.
Isn't the report come out tomorrow?
I'm just saying a report is generated through us, and the sheriff's office is a public entity. So if someone were to come request something, then
No, I'm talking about his autopsy.
she's waiting and doing more follow-up, but
She's looking at him against
yeah.
but she won't be finished with him because she's pending further stuff.
So after this, what? I'm done for now? How long does this stuff take to get back?
The
Most
FDLE
of that
results.
you won't get back. The swabs and stuff will stay.
They all know about it?
Igen, hun bekymrer sig om de der DNA-swipes, de har lavet i huset. Det er... Hvorfor gå op i sådan noget? Altså, det er jo swaps, de har taget sådan af ting, de har fundet i kufferten og sådan noget. Det er jo altså ikke... det er jo ikke ting, de har taget fra hende, men det er jeg ikke sikker på, at hun helt forstår.
But my question has remained the same. What do you expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a position like that?
Yes, but you have to understand too.
No, just what would you expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a position?
I had no idea because I've never done it before.
Why have you never done it before?
Why would I?
Exactly.
Why would I do it before?
Why did you do it now?
I clearly have said why. Why?
No, you don't know why. You just know that it's not intentional.
Og der er problemet jo igen for hende. Hun har prøvet at forklare, hvorfor hun har gjort det, og nu siger hun, at jeg ved ikke, hvorfor skulle jeg dog finde på at gøre det. Altså, kvinde, nogle gange skal man bare tie stille. Det er bedre for en. I hvert fald, når man ikke lige er helt så hurtig som ens mund op i hovedet, så skal man måske tie stille. And again, her mouth moves too fast for her brain, so she gets caught in all these stories she is telling. Why would I do it? I haven't done it before. Why did you do it now? Why? Sometimes you have to shut up. Sometimes shutting up is the best thing you can do. And that she's afraid they are assuming she's a bad person. Well, after seeing the video you took of him crying for help in a suitcase, I think you are, I'm not saying you're a bad person, but you need help. And I'm gonna end it here because the rest of the video is just them taking swabs and under her fingernails, and then she's put in handcuffs and taken away to jail. And the story continues with a lot of letters where she complains to the judge that she's been unfairly treated by the system and her lawyers. She had 6 of them already. They are not doing their job, and this lady, I think she's going to get to a realization at some point that she might be in trouble. I'm not sure she is there yet, because if you read the letters, and I'll think we're going through them at some point in another video, you will see she didn't do anything wrong, and everybody is just out to get her, especially the professional YouTubers making millions of dollars off her this case. So I'm looking forward to being a professional YouTuber. Sometimes I could use $1 million, but until then, I'm just happy if you like the video, if you subscribe to my channel. And I've been doing it. I tried to start out with doing it in Danish, but my nice friends from the US joined, so we're doing it bilingual. It's fun. I have to practice my English, so we'll do that in the future too. So thank you for all who've been watching along, and all the people who's going to watch it on the replay crew. A fun case? No, it's not a fun case, but it's fun to hear her explanation and try to make sense of her ramblings. Det er der, jeg vil stoppe den i dag. Det sidste, der sker på videoen, det er bare, at hun ryger i håndjern. De tager lige noget navleskrab på hende. Eller negleskrab, ikke navleskrab, det vil være ulækkert. Men så ryger hun i fængsel. På intet tidspunkt tror jeg, det går op for hende, at hun ikke kommer hjem, og at hun ikke bare får sin telefon, og hun ikke bare kan leve videre. Der er en masse sjove breve, hun har sendt til dommeren i den her sag, hvor hun klager over alt og alle. Hun har haft 6 advokater indtil videre. Kvinden lever ikke på samme planet som os andre, det må vi bare sige. Og de breve, jeg skal have fundet ud af, hvor tosset det er. Jeg ved, hun har lavet sådan rimelig for nylig, hvor hun klager over sin seneste advokat, og det tænker jeg, det kan vi også sidde og se og måske grine lidt af. Jeg havde regnet med, at jeg ville gøre det på dansk hele vejen igennem, men mine søde venner fra USA dukkede også op, og derfor så prøver vi at gøre det sådan lidt blandet. til dem, der har været med, om I ser det på dansk eller engelsk, tak fordi I var med. Det var min anden livestream. Jeg skal vende mig til det. Jeg håber, at det er acceptabelt derude bag skærmene. Og giv det en thumbs up, hvis det har været okay. Skriv gerne i kommentarfeltet, hvis det er det værste, I nogensinde har set. Og ellers så håber jeg, I følger med, for den her sag, den kommer måske for i juli. De går og venter på en ekspert, der vil skrive under på, at hun er blevet udsat for hustruvold. De har lidt svært ved at finde en, påstår det, fordi at de ikke vil tage de penge, de får for det. Og det kunne også være, fordi at de måske ikke vil lægge navn til det. Så det får vi se. I hope you follow along again someday when we're looking at the letters she wrote to the judge. I probably only do the last of them. She's quite a worthy, I don't know, worthy. She talks a lot in the letters too. The case is set to go to trial in July, and it will be interesting to see if they can find the expert they're looking for. They are looking for an expert who can say that she is suffering from battered spouse syndrome. No expert has been willing to do it. They claim it's because of the payment they can offer. I have a sneaking suspicion that maybe it's because no expert would lend their names to this woman and to her claims that she was just beaten by George, and that's why she did it. But thank you so much for the people who showed up. Thank you for the comments. It's so nice to feel you talk to somebody instead of just talking to my stupid little webcam. And you made me change it from Danish to bilingual, so now it's paired in 2 languages. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll hope to see you another time. Goodbye.